Hey, what's happening? This is Tom, NerdRemix.com. I have a review. I got an advanced screener of a movie I've been waiting to see. I wrote it up a couple months ago on the site. It's called The Collective from Jab Pictures, and this is an anthology horror movie. And I kind of like the anthology horror movies. You know, going back to like Tales from the Crypt and The Vault of Horror and From a Whisper to a Scream and Creepshow. You know, springs to mind. But this is kind of unique in that he gave 10 independent filmmakers, mostly from the Midwest, 10 minutes, and give them all a premise. And the premise is basically one sentence: a small town is being held in the grips of a creature called the Mediator, and that was basically all they had to go on. And it's kind of really cool to see the different interpretations that each people did. And one thing that struck me is all these films were made in the Midwest, and me living in a small Midwestern town, it's weird how all these towns look the same. And you can tell most of this stuff has been shot in the last 2 months because there's a lot of snow. But up first is the man, the myth, the legend, Tom Berdinsky, the man behind the Cult of Moi and Vu production company, and the Italian zombie movies Part 1 and 2 of Zombie Atrocity, Zombie Abomination. I'm a big fan of these movies, in case you haven't noticed. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Tom's. He made a movie called The Giant Rubber Monster Movie, Sasquatch versus Aphrodisias. And Sasquatch is his persona is unofficial half human, half Sasquatch hybrid that he attends convention dressed as. Well, this movie is a lot of fun. A lot of familiar faces from IZM. You got Jeff Bromley and his son, I guess, are both in this. And pretty much every horror host this side of the Mississippi. Sigmund Zoid has he's a major role, and he plays the villain. And I'm not going to give too much away about these movies, but the Giant Rubber Monster movie is a spot-on, hilarious, gory and goofy spoof of the best of Toho. I mean, without giving a whole lot away, it made my proboscis grow. So, you know, let's not think about that too much. But it's a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. He went over the 10-minute limit by like 4.5 minutes. I don't know, Jason Hoover, are you still pissed about that? Let me know. Next up from Dark Rider Studios is the Meat Eater. I won't go through all the titles on this, but some of them have titles different than the Meat Eater. And this was based on, I guess, J. Travis Grundon wrote the script for it, or the story for it, and it's directed by Chris J. And Kitsy, of course, is in it. This one kind of struck me in that it started out as kind of a local yokel found footage type thing, a bunch of hillbillies, and then it takes a really, really dark turn and becomes deadly serious at the end, and really makes an impact for, you know, a short. So definitely check that one out. It's well shot, well acted, and a lot of laughs, and it gets dark, so you gotta enjoy that. And after that, number 3 is Liberty or Death Productions. Let me make sure I got these right. James Mannon and Robin Panett are the writers and directors of this. This one was really pretty good. Berdinsky rears his head in this. He plays a local man that gets mutilated in a way that you need to see the movie to appreciate. And basically, it was a cool movie. It had some voodoo. It had some love lost, love regained type thing. Had some voodoo with consequences, and once you watch this, if you don't hate cats now, you're really gonna hate them after watching this, if you're a guy. Number 4 from Graphic 13 Productions, we have Whistling Past the Cemetery, which focuses on a serial killer and superstitions, and why you should really not dismiss superstitions so easily. Pretty well shot. I liked it. There wasn't really too much I didn't like in his whole collection, but we'll move on because, you know, and I've never seen this guy's work either. The guy's name is Eric Schneider that directed this. Pretty good. I haven't seen any of his other stuff. I'll have to check it out because this is pretty cool. Next up would be So Pictures, Snow Angel. They actually have 2 entries in this. This one was written and directed by Shannon Feaster. And this is kind of an arty thing, kind of almost, I got kind of a let me in feel, let the right one in feel from it, but there's no dialogue, and it still does make an impact. It takes a while to get going, but I think that's purposeful, and the music and the sound design really plays a role in this. and it's pretty cool. I think you'll enjoy it. And number 6 on this disc is the one that really, I mean, Brzezinski's film was funny and it's hilarious, and as the funny ones on this, it works. But Quattro Venti Scott Productions, Cameron Scott, Graveyard Blues, this one was really Lovecraftian, and it really blew me away. Beautifully shot in black and white, and man, just creepy as hell, and it really makes a real visceral impact. I think you should definitely check this out if it's ever released outside of this, but definitely check out this disc because you can't go wrong on this. But yeah, Cameron Scott fucking blew me away on this. I can't wait to see more of his own stuff, because other stuff, because this is wow. Next up is Jason Hoover himself in Jab Pictures, and this film was pretty cool. It gave you almost a 30 Days of Night feel, except it was big guy killing and eating people. And I won't give away too much because Christ, these are only 10 minutes. But this was really cool, and I thought it was really well done. So definitely, I've been reviewing a lot of Jab Pictures stuff lately, and I got one more to go. But they've been really cool with shooting me screeners. So hey, big ups to Jason Hoover and Jab Pictures. Number 8 is Overanalyzed Pictures, David Bonnell, and this is like a revenge radio thing. A guy breaks up with his girlfriend and gets revenge on her. So you have to see what happens here. It's kind of strange. The guy played TJ. I didn't really notice his name in the credits, but really creepy kind of voice, and I think you'll enjoy that one too. Number 9 is a 13-year-old Dakota Meyer did a short film for this, and kid's got talent. This is a kind of a recipe thing, kind of a cooking show thing almost, if you want. Like I said, I'm not going to give it away, but yeah, there's recipes and there's cannibalism involved in this, and it's said at the end that there might be a full length of this lurking out there somewhere, and if there is, somebody should get it together and put it out because this does kind of play like a segment of a feature-length movie, but it makes an impact nonetheless. And finally, Jason Hoover again. The last thing, it was kind of cool, but all I gotta do is say, Jason, man, I like sausage, but that don't mean I want to know how it's made, dude, okay? Thanks. Anyway, great job, everybody, on this. This is really cool. I can't wait to see the official release because it's going to be badass, and I guess they're going to unveil it at Horror Hound, and a couple of the shorts are getting played at Cinema Wasteland. So if you're going to either of those conventions, check it out. And all I can say about the Collective, man, the Collective just rocks, man. It represents everything that is good about indie horror, and there's a lot to like here, and there's something for everyone. And like I said, Brzezinski's film, Dark Rider's film, and especially Cameron Scott's film will really blow you away. And there's some really cool moments. There's some really hardcore moments. There's some really funny moments on this, and it's good from start to finish, man. And like I said, check it out. It's everything. I mean, this should jumpstart the careers of a lot of these filmmakers. It should get them some bigger opportunities, and the Collective is just a fantastic idea, and it's brilliantly executed. And Jason Hoover is, if he's the one that put this together, I don't know how much help he had, but whoever put this together, you're a genius, because this is exactly what the indie horror genre needed, for some of these people to get their name out there, and have more people see their work in a bigger way, because a lot of these guys are self-distributing and everything else. But this is going to be a shot in the arm to the indie horror genre, especially Midwestern directors and production companies. And bravo to Jason Hoover and Jab Pictures for doing something like this. And I hope they do a volume 2. I hope they do a volume 10. Fantastic. Bravo. I'm Tom, nerdremix.com. Support independent horror. Thanks, man.